Let's see if we can find one of the coolest ducks in the entire world. What's up, everybody? It is just before sunrise here at Farmington Bay, one of the better birding spots in the state of Utah, and I'm just here waiting for some friends while the sun comes up. There's quite a bit of bird action. Also, it's freezing cold. If you can see behind me, you have frost all over the mountains here, maybe even some snow near the top. It's not even 40 degrees. Winter is on its way. Winter is coming, as they say, right? We'll see what birds we can find here. There's been some interesting bird activity going on across North America recently. Just a lot of vagrants and a lot of cool birds. A ruff was seen, which is a European bird, was seen here just about a week ago. I don't know if it's been seen since, unfortunately. Let's go find some birds. So just doing some preliminary birding while we wait. We've seen quite a bit of waterfowl already. So picked up some cinnamon teal, absolutely beautiful duck. I know some of you, Brit Hikes Ontario, will be a little bit jealous about the cinnamon teal that we have all over the place in my area. That's pretty cool. And then also behind me here, picked up just a variety of different species as well. You have your mallards. I saw a green-winged teal back there, another beautiful duck species. And then also lastly picked up gadwall as well. So 4 duck species. Also have an American coot. So it's actually interesting. Hunting season, duck season is a very long season in the state of Utah. It's months long, and ducks are not stupid. They will flock to areas that aren't getting shot at. And so if you can find a pond where hunting, if you're in an area that hunts ducks, obviously, if you can find a pond where hunting is not allowed, chances are you're gonna find a good variety of duck species seeking refuge there because they're not getting shot at. Ducks are not dumb. Ducks are pretty smart. Let's see what other birds we can find today. Back here, looking at more birds. We're joined with Will again. You've seen him on the channel before. But we've seen some cool species. We've seen some white-crowned sparrows. We've seen Forster's terns as well, flying through the air. Northern harrier is another bird that we picked up. Yeah, we've heard a couple of Virginia rails. Those birds are notoriously hard to get on camera, unfortunately, but we'll still try today. Also picked up pied-billed grebe on camera as well. So. And song sparrow is another bird. So just a whole bunch of basic stuff so far, nothing super exciting, but we're also gonna go to the causeway to Antelope Island at a minimum to try to find some cool shorebirds or something. It's kind of, again, it's that time of year where you either get something super, super dope or you get, what you normally get. So not a lot of vagrants, not a lot of movement, but when there is something, it's really, really good. So let's see what birds we can find. Finishing it up here at Farmington Bay. Again, we're going to Antelope Island, so stay tuned. We're gonna see if we can find some cool birds. But lastly, we picked up a red-winged blackbird, which is also a fan favorite. Super happy to pick that bird up. We're gonna head to Antelope Island now, see what other birds we can find. The wind is crazy out here. Hopefully you can hear me, but it's insane, so I can understand if the audio is really bad, even with the microphone. We're scanning as much as we can with a scope. It's freezing cold, and I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, so essentially, the wind is way too much for us, and it's also freezing cold, especially for this time of year. It is so cold outside with that wind. We haven't even broken 50 degrees yet. With the wind, it makes it feel like we're in the 30s. So we decided to leave Antelope Island, but before we left, we picked up a few species. We got some northern shovelers out on a raft, and I actually was tracking a green-winged teal that was swimming through the shovelers, so that was pretty cool to see that bird. And then a bird that I don't get on camera very often was able to pick up American pipit. Very cool to see that bird as well. It's a tough bird. Usually you only hear them flying over you, but this one was on the shore, so I was able to pick up that bird as well. Very beautiful and underrated species in my opinion. There goes Will in his car. We are going to head an hour and a half south to look for one of the coolest birds you'll ever see. A bird that is not countable in most parts of the United States, but is countable in Utah. Let's see if we can find one of the coolest ducks in the entire world. You're probably wondering where I am, and this place is known as Spring Lake. It's really cool, but very much out of my way. It's like an hour and a half more south than the hour and a half that I had already gone. So about 3 hours away from home. And the reason that I'm here is, one, because Will wanted to come here to try to pick up a bird that is normally not counted in most of the United States. And two, because the bird that we want to pick up, it's a duck, is one of the most beautiful ducks in the world, the Mandarin duck. Now, this lake is bigger than I thought it was going to be, so this might be more of a challenge than I expected. Now, obviously, this species is not native to the United States. It was introduced here, has established a small breeding population. Now, the reason that it is countable on eBird is it's listed as a provisional species, which is the step before it comes to be introduced. So it's not completely got a foothold here, but it is countable in the state of Utah for whatever reason. I guess we have Mandarin ducks here. So yeah, let's see if we can find this elusive but stunning duck species. All right, so I got some preliminary looks at the Mandarin duck. It is currently laying down, and it's a horrible angle, as you can see in these clips. So I'm gonna try to get a better angle on it. See if, I mean, it'd be cool if it was swimming in the water. Pretty sweet bird. It's hanging out with domestic ducks, which, yeah, if there are, if there's a population of Mandarin ducks in Utah, they are very used to humans. They hang out at a human. I mean, this is a very populated area and park. Look at the snow on the mountains. That's wild. Let's see if we can get better views of this Mandarin duck. Right behind me over here did pick up an American widgeon, which is another beautiful duck. Super happy to get that on our list for the day. But obviously we are here for the Mandarin duck, which I'll update you on in just 1 second. All right, so just got much better footage of the Mandarin duck. It is very unafraid of humans, but the local lore is that it's a descendant of escapees, and provisional typically means that, again, they're not recognized by the ABA, but eBird counts them in certain areas. So Mandarin ducks are countable on eBird in the state of Utah, which is kind of funny, but that is a lifer for me, I guess you could say. Really beautiful duck, the most beautiful duck species in the entire world, in my opinion. If you go globally, my favorite duck species of all time is the wood duck, but the Mandarin duck is on a whole nother level. Absolutely gorgeous creature. So super happy to pick that bird up. Sitting here with Will real quick. Will, it was a rough day of birding. Lots of rain, lots of wind, not a lot of birds. But if you had to choose one, what was your favorite bird of the day?
I like seeing the pipits. There were so many of them. I think that's probably it.
Cool bird. Yeah, I'm happy to get those on camera as well, as you guys saw earlier in the video. Also, getting the Mandarin duck on camera is absolutely incredible. I know that it's descendants from escapees, but it's still a living creature. Birding is all made up. We make up what counts and what doesn't count. And in Utah, Mandarin ducks count. So I'm going to take it. I don't make the rules. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever seen a Mandarin duck in the wild? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.